This is exactly what I would do and have done in order to book clients fast when I need them. In this video, I'm sharing my 3-step method for how I would go from 0 to 100K per year in revenue as a service provider. This is the year that you start making a full-time income from your business. I am not a big fan of struggling to get clients or creating these elaborate strategies and having an overcomplicated business. That's not what you're gonna find in this video. I wanna share with you a simple method for how to guarantee that you're going to bring clients, high-paying clients, your way. This process will empower you to start bringing in clients within a week or two if you follow the 3 steps that I'm about to lay out. If we haven't met yet, I'm Courtney Chaal. I love to teach you how to make more sales in your service-based business. If you're interested in that, make sure to hit subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of my videos. Here's what I want you to know. You can absolutely make 6 figures in the next 12 months from your service-based business, but it is a little bit different than it used to be. Things in some ways have gotten harder than they were when I started my business way back in 2012. 2024, when I'm creating this video, is a bit of a challenging year. The economy is contracting, people are saving their money, and it's a little bit more difficult to get the sales that were a lot easier even a couple of years ago. What this means is that sales psychology has never been more important. All of the strategies I've been teaching for over a decade have not changed. They're just even more important now than they were before. Many of my friends and colleagues who are making multiple 6 and 7 figures and even more in their business are seeing enrollments and sales declining because of the trends in the global economy. The tricks that used to work 3 to 5 years ago are just simply not working anymore, especially when you're just starting out. And it can be really frustrating to see people who became successful 10 years ago telling you to use those same strategies that they used then. I want you to know that the strategy that I'm teaching you here is more of my newer strategies. This is what's working now. This is the kind of thing that I have been working on over the last 1 or 2 years maximum. The 3-step strategy I'm about to teach you is going to utilize all of the sales psychology that's important right now and package it into an intentional strategy that is going to help to lead clients from strangers into paying clients. All right, let's break down this process. There are 3 things that you're going to need, the 3 steps of the strategy, and here's a little preview. They are as follows: your free mini service, your paid mini service, and your signature service. Now wait, before you click out of this video because you're like, I don't want to offer anything for free, or I've already tried this before, I want you to wait and listen up. I promise you that what I'm about to share with you is not a strategy that you've seen before, and I am not about to have you go work for free for a bunch of people that's not going to turn into anything. Every step of this process is designed to help you to get clients for your signature service so that you can start making a full-time income from your business this year. Let's break down this process. So first we have our free mini service. And our free mini service is where we are going to rapidly warm up and even generate new leads and gather an insane amount of market research language in doing these free mini services to develop your paid mini service. This is how we create a strategic way of working with people. Yes, it's going to be for free, but trust me, the ROI on this is enormous. This is the essential work we need to do to then go to the next step, which is where we create your paid mini service. Your paid mini service is where you then take everything you learned from the free mini service and you give people an opportunity to work with you in a smaller paid capacity to solve a specific problem they really want solved that leaves them wanting more. And then finally, after you validated that positioning and that messaging and that paid mini service, we're going to lead those people into your signature service. Your signature service, obviously, this is the thing we want people in. This is your money maker. This is what now we have all these warm leads. We validated this language and we've been able to position your signature service as the logical next step. And all roads lead to your signature service. Again, I just want to reiterate that the reason why this process is working so well in 2024 is because it mitigates the big leap that you're asking people to make when they go from 0 to paying you for your full price service. What we're doing is creating a bridge in between where they are right now and the ultimate service that you want them to be in. I don't want you to create a bunch of random offers, or like, we're not trying to create the small offers because that's now your moneymaker. I'm not trying to change your business model. I want you to charge good prices for your services. But in order to justify those prices, we need to get people in at smaller steps so that we can walk them to that signature service and that premium pricing in a way that is going to ease their concerns without making them go from 0 to 100 on the first step. There are two things that I see service providers saying a lot that I want to make sure that you understand I do not want you to do, and that are going to really cause a lot of struggle last time for you. So the first one is customizing services, and the second one is thinking you need to build an audience first before you get clients. So I really want to quickly talk about why these are not true and why you don't need to do either of these things. Number one, you don't need to customize services because we are going to make sure that we're creating one service that is what your target audience wants, and then we're going to give them that service. By customizing services, you are guaranteed to run yourself into the ground. Now, if you are brand new, just starting out, and you're not even sure like what kind of business you want to start, and all of this is a little bit like you want to test some things, potentially creating custom services or freelancing might be a great place to start for a short period of time. I'm talking like 3 to 6 months. Once you've established that you have had a few clients and you know what kind of work you want to be doing, it is time to develop a signature service so that you can actually streamline that work. Otherwise, it is guaranteed impossible for you to make any kind of good living wage, dollars per hour, by freelancing and customizing services. Guaranteed burnout. As far as creating an audience goes, you don't need to do that either. We need to make sure that we are creating an offer based on what the people you already know right now want to buy from you. The biggest mistake that entrepreneurs make, and I'm going to say like, just throw this number out here, 80% of entrepreneurs make, is that they decide they want to do something and then they try to go find people that want that thing. No. That is not what we want to do. We want to make sure that we are asking people what they want. We're engaging with them. That's what the free mini, paid mini signature service process is going to do. And then we are creating the service, yes, the thing we want to do, but we're packaging it in the way and we're positioning it in the way that is going to solve that target audience's desired problem. Not the thing we think they need solved, but the thing that they want solved. Okay, let's talk in detail about the free mini service. This is where, again, we're rapidly warming up and generating leads and gathering such great market like research language to develop your then paid mini service. Now you're probably thinking, I don't want to work for free. I've been told not to work for free. This sounds like a really bad idea. And I totally agree. Working for free puts you in a low power position. It's usually a situation where maybe you have like some freelance clients and they tell you what you want and then you have to customize proposals for them. You feel like an amateur and you're kind of willing to take on any work, and it super sucks and I don't recommend it. But you get all the benefits of working for free, which yes, there are lots of benefits of working for free, and none of the downsides by packaging a free mini service. You're going to go from burnout and self-doubt and being broke because you're working for free to momentum, inspiration, and lead for your paid mini service and then your signature service. A free mini service allows you to build rapport with your clients that you're working with. There's no better way to build rapport and that no like and trust factor than having a face-to-face connection. You're going to provide value to these clients and demonstrate your expertise, make yourself positioned as the expert because you're going to map out a solution to their problem. You're going to gather language that they're using to describe their struggles, their obstacles, their hesitations, which is going to help you so much in your positioning and packaging, which is all going to lead to helping you create your paid mini service because you're going to be listening for that specific problem that you can solve with a paid mini service when you work with a good handful of people for free. There are 5 rules you need to follow in order to create the right free mini service and make sure that you get people coming in and booking that free mini service. Number 1 is that you need to package it. We can't just throw free calls out there. We need to make sure that there is a clear offer involved. Like, what is it they're getting out of that free call with you? What is the focus of that call? What's the result that they're going to get? Rule number 2 is that it has to provide value to the client. This can't just simply be a call where you ask market research questions, and that's it. We need to make sure that we are helping those clients to see our expertise, because that's what's going to make it more likely that they voice the problems that you can help them solve in the paid mini service, and really build that know, like, and trust factor so that they'll want to hire you later on. That brings me to number 3, which is your free mini service should really be focused on an overarching plan to help them to go from where they are right now to that ultimate goal that they have. What's great about this is you basically get to tell them, hey, these are all the things that you would do if you work with me. And so after this call, you realize what that plan is, but you then need to work with me in order to implement that plan. Rule number 4 is that you need to sell the pants off of the free mini service as if people were paying $500 or more for the service. Again, I think way too many people, when I teach this method, take for granted that people, they'll just book the call because it's free. That's not the case. Remember, we're trying to bridge that gap of know, like, and trust. And even for me, I've been in business for more than 10 years. When I launched my free mini service a year and a half ago, I struggled to get people in it because at first I just positioned it as a free call with me. Once I positioned the free mini service as the 100K roadmap call, then that's when I booked 50 plus calls like in a week. And finally, rule number 5 for doing your free mini service is that you need to work with at least 10 people for free in the free mini service before you move on to the next step, the paid mini service, and definitely before you move on to the signature service. We need to make sure we have enough validation of what language people are using to talk about the problem, what it is that they want help with. And those patterns will only be revealed when you talk to enough people. Remember, me 10 years in, I did like 50 to 100 calls. So if I can do it, you can do it. Remember, your paid mini service is where you're giving people an opportunity to work with you in a paid capacity to make a bridge between where they are right now and where they need to be in order to say yes to working with you. So let's say this is where they are right now, and this is where they need to be mentally in order to say yes to working with you. There's a big gap in between these things, and that gap is based on not having built the know, like, and trust factor. And so the way we're going to do that is by first doing your free mini service, which is going to go a long way towards warming people up, know, like, and trust. And then by adding on your paid mini service, you're going to have built this bridge that now prepares them psychologically to be ready to work with you in your signature service capacity. 5 rules for having a successful paid mini service. Rule number 1, your paid mini service, more than any of these free offers, needs to be super freaking specific. The goal of this mini service needs to be to solve one very tangible problem. Ideally, it's like the first step in the process of working with you. It's like the thing they need to do first before that then they would do the rest of the work. Because that way, it's something very tangible. It helps them to get an instant win, and it is intimately connected to your signature service, so it's going to make it highly likely that those people want to continue working with you after the paid mini offer. Rule number 2 is that your paid mini service needs to promise a very clear transformation. This is just stemming from rule number 1, which is it needs to be specific. The transformation needs to be really freaking clear. This cannot in any way be a general service. So while my free mini service was a 100K roadmap call, my paid mini service was our boot camp to help people to book $5,000 of client work in 30 days. Now, for a paid mini service, you don't need to necessarily do a 4-week boot camp like I did. My mini service was leading into a 12-month long program, so that was still really mini in comparison. And by the way, the reason we did that mini service or that mini offer attached to our high ticket offer is because the number one reason people would tell us that they weren't ready to enroll in our high ticket program is because they just needed to get a few more clients first. So I was like, well, why don't I create that program to help them get those few clients that then leads them into the next program? That is how smooth that transition should be from your paid mini service into your signature service. Rule number 4 is you want to offer the paid mini service directly to the people who did your free mini service. This is why the more people who you have in the free mini service, the better. Those are the people that now we've drastically warmed up that relationship. Those people are already excited about hearing from you. They're probably waiting to hear what your offer is. And it's important that you reach out to them individually and give them an opportunity to hire you or enroll in your paid mini service. Bonus points if when you offer them that opportunity, you tell them exactly why you think they would be a good fit based on your conversation you had in your free mini service. That's going to help you so much if you personalize those messages. Rule number 5 is you must validate that people are willing to pay for the paid mini service before you try to jump them into the signature service. This is especially true for those of you who have already created a signature service and you're just like, oh, I'm really trying to get people in that. And I'm gonna, use Courtney's method of free mini, paid mini to get people into that service. Because you already have a service, you're a little bit like tunnel visioned on getting people into that service. And you're gonna think that you validated something that you actually haven't. I want you to really trust this process of having them do something smaller that's paid first. Remember, this is the bridge that is making it so much easier for them to say yes to that next level of service. If we pick the right thing and we package that mini service up exactly how we need to. Now people are ready for your signature service. Now they're warmed up. Now that gap has been bridged between where they are when they first found you and where they are now after having gone through your free mini service and your paid mini service. And this is now where we get to charge the good money for our signature service. So let's talk about that. Because right now you might be thinking, I don't know what my signature service should be, or maybe I need to make some tweaks to my signature service because realizing from just watching this video, let alone doing the free mini service and the paid mini service, that I need to make some changes. I don't know if people will pay for what I offer. How do I validate if people are even going to pay for this thing that I have created? And maybe I'm offering custom proposals right now. So I'd love to be in a signature service, but right now I am doing different services for every single client, depending on their needs. The great news is that all of these problems are solved by doing the free mini service and paid mini service and following the steps that I lay out in this video, that I also teach in depth inside of the Yay for Clients Accelerator, which you can get details about in the description box below. But I want you to make sure that when you're creating a signature service, this is the most important thing, that you are following the rule of 1-1-1. A signature service has to be one package that solves one problem that costs $1,000 or more. By the way, if you don't know already, this is the exact process that I teach inside of my program, the Yay for Clients Accelerator. It's not currently open for enrollment at the time of this recording, but I'm going to put a link to the wait list in the description box below so you can find out more information about the program when it is available. Keep in mind, everything we talked about just now is rooted in sales psychology. We've got to double down on our sales principles if we want to get clients in 2024 and beyond. The better you get at these skills, the more clients and customers you're going to have in general in any year. In order to really get these 3 offers working in your favor, you're going to want to have a sales page for each and every one. So I really recommend that you watch my sales page tutorial video right here next, because that's going to help you to craft the language and copy that's actually going to get people into the free mini offer, the paid mini offer, and especially your signature service. Watching this video right now is going to save you so much heartache in the future.